All right, here go episode 2 of the Hinkieittes podcast, man. This is the reaction and recap of the Celtics game that just happened. And like, if you watched the game, you saw we just got destroyed. Like by the third quarter, we was getting ripped by 30, and we had the whole team. We had everybody here. So, um, yeah, which one of y'all want to kick it off? Oh yeah, and my man right here, he just jumped in. He wasn't on the first episode, but he here now. So introduce yourself, and then I
What's up?
mean,
What's going on, man? It's Philly Phil. You know what I'm saying? In here trying, see what's going on with these Sixers, man.
yup, yup.
It was me, L. Lamar called me L. Let's get it.
All right, so kick off your well, shit, Phil, because you was just going in. So
Yeah.
continue with your take. How did you feel about the game? How did you feel going into the game? And then after you saw what was going on in the game, how do you feel about the Sixers now?
So, you know, basically like being as though, this is the first game after the All-Star break, you know what I mean? And it was just seeing how they, my main thing I wanted to see what was their energy was going to be like, you know what I mean?
Yup,
You
yup.
you had the All-Star break, you had time to rest, kind of decipher, get your head together, see what was going on. I just wanted to see how their energy was going to be, and for real, it looked off. It looked off. I mean, from the start of the game, I was just looking at Embiid. He got the big brace on his knee. He
Yeah.
looking sluggish. I mean, he was falling all over the like. It's just I don't know. It looked kind of sad for real, for real. Like I couldn't believe like they it's just like it's no chemistry. I don't know, man. It's just it's they don't look good. You know what I mean? Period. They just don't look. They're not a good team right now. Period. Like it's sad as that. The sad thing is this, right? And I said this to my son. We were sitting here watching the game. The beginning of the season, everybody thought the Sixers was supposed to contend with the Celtics. Like this was
Yeah.
supposed to be the year that you was gonna be. They just got flat out like annihilated by the Celtics. Like
Yup.
my thing is at this point, they're 20 and 35. You know what I mean? It's almost March. You know what I'm saying? They
Mm.
have to if they don't get if six pick or under, that's you they keep their pick. At this point,
Yup.
I just think you play the younger players, you play, you see what you got. And if I was, management, I would just be talking to Embiid and I would look at shelving them for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark, how you feel about that?
Well, just to piggyback off of what he said, when this Paul George signing happened, uh, the baseline for success in year one or two, right?
Mm-hmm.
Championship.
At least a competitive conference finals type of thing. So you could argue we 20 and 35 now. Even if you flipped our record,
Yeah.
it wouldn't mean that we was, like a
Yeah,
standout
contending.
team in the East. Like
Yeah,
we
Right.
contending.
Right.
because we've been in, and so, you know, um it's disappointing to see them lose at home
Yeah. So it
coming
looked
off a
crowded.
long break.
Yeah.
Long break. We got some exciting new pieces. They're finally playing the majority of the players we want them to play,
Mm-hmm.
and we're
Yeah.
still getting destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think we should be. I'm aggressive in efficiency.
Yeah.
I'm aggressive in efficiency. And we talk about Embiid. With the last game they were on TV, the announcer, which like she's an announcer for ESPN. She ain't like the Sixers medical staff,
Yeah.
like
Right.
even she's an announcer, you know what I'm saying? Like even she seems to know that he needs to have some sort of surgery to us.
He
So
don't look right.
yeah, well, and so he doesn't look good. everybody down to the announcer knows he needs surgery.
Yeah,
So why is he still playing?
exactly.
That's
Exactly. That's a
foolishness.
fact.
That's foolishness.
I mean,
I wouldn't tell my worst enemy to go outside on a knee that you need surgery on. You
No.
know?
Dude, look at the
it,
brace he had on. Like when I seen it, like the first, like I know that's uncomfortable. Like, I mean,
mhm.
it's like he just said it out his own mouth. Like last week, he said that he needs surgery and he needs a long recovery time. That's exactly what he said. So what I'm saying is, this is March. This is about basically March, right? We're going into March. So the season is scrapped at this point, record wise. I mean, like you said, Lamar, it's not the goal for this season wasn't just to make the play-in or the playoff. That's not our goal at this point. Our goal was supposed to be contending. And we're not even in the play-in right now. So if that's, we're way below what we thought we was gonna be.
The expectations.
So at this point, yeah.
Where's the abort button? We should be hitting the abort button. Like
exactly.
Yeah.
Like right now. Like that. This is a bad loss. Like I mean, coming off of the All-Star, but even if you lost this game, it's not about the win or the loss. It's about the way they played.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if I'm management, you got to really take heed to that. Like, you look at it when we at home. You know what I'm saying? It looked like it was a sold-out crowd too. The crowd looked pretty. You know what I mean? The stadium looked pretty full. And to get embarrassed like that at home, like right after the All-Star break, with all three of your big three supposedly playing, that's not good, yo. That's not good.
No, that's definitely not a good look. I mean, it's like we were talking about earlier. They're still invested in trying to maximize Embiid's time.
Yeah.
And like the organization is it seems like they're so messed up because they're listening to Embiid. Embiid wants to play.
Yeah.
And we get it. He's tough. He's a fighter. He want to play. He want to be there for his guys. But at the same time, he should have never even played in the Olympics.
Never.
And
yeah.
You know what I mean? This is reiterating that right now. Like his performance, because he went out there. I mean, he looked all right. He had some flashes, but then, like you said, he just falling all over the place. You got the dude Cornette on you.
Yeah.
Who is Cornette, man?
Yeah, that's what I'm
Who
saying.
Is Cornette?
That's what I'm saying. He was throwing me off. And then, like, let me touch on something you just said, right? You said that he should have been playing in the Olympics. I'm going to go back even further than that. He shouldn't have maybe even been playing in the playoffs last year.
He should have never came back.
Like he should have never
came back.
Like you were already like I would have done what they're doing now. I would have done that last year when he got hurt last year. You already knew you were going into the summer with money to spend to try to get a max player. You had your own draft pick last year. Once Embiid got hurt last year, and he was out like for the time, that's when I would have said, you know what, look, man, y'all had already traded Harden. You know what I'm saying? Y'all had it like they. So this is time to say, look, we were playing good, but Embiid's hurt. Our stars hurt. So look, let's just finish this year out, see where it go. And they still crept into the playoffs last year. Just get around, but he shouldn't have played. What were you gonna do last year in the playoffs?
Exactly.
Like, what were you gonna do last year in the playoffs? Like it was just, he should have just sat out. If he would have rested, not played in the Olympics, spent the summer rehabbing, he might have started the season fresh and on, healthy. But you rushed him back last year to play in the playoffs for no reason. It didn't work out. Then, like you said, he plays in the Olympics. It was horrible.
Yeah.
He didn't even fit on the Olympic squad. Like I don't even know why he even wanted to be on that team.
That was the whole talk of the Olympics, is how bad Joel Embiid fits and how bad he looks and how
it was a disaster, yo. Like I don't.
And this is coming off a season where he was averaging 35 points per game. Exactly. But so I want to just put this in you guys' heads. You tell me what you think. And I gave credit to Joel about some positive changes I saw in his play style. Being more of a willing passer, shooting more threes, trying to space the floor. But I think that there's a gap in reality from where he may perceive the franchise
Mm-hmm.
and himself,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's how we keep misfiring on a lot of things.
Mm.
I agree. I agree. You saying a gap in reality? I think it starts up top. It starts up top though, because if I'm
Yeah.
management, okay, this ain't the same management that drafted Joel Embiid. This isn't the same
Mm.
management
Yeah,
that
this ain't Sam Hinkie and them.
no. This ain't Brian Colangelo that came
It's
after
like
this.
5
Yeah.
groups after.
This is a whole new regime. And I'm saying, the Sixers for years, they've been pretty patient with Joel Embiid. I mean, I don't know any friend have been any more patient with a player with injuries than, aside from the Clippers with Kawhi. I don't know any other franchise that's been more patient with a player. You can say Joel can say whatever he wants. The Sixers have been patient. They have been willing. They have been stuck by, and they do it. I think at this point, though, it's all been based upon potential. What can he be? What could he do? Where can he go? We've already seen it. Like, we've seen the MVP season. We've seen countless second round playoff failures with Joel
Yeah.
Embiid. Like, it's how much more can you go? Like, how much more are you gonna keep? It's obvious that it's time to start looking towards a possible what's next. What's
A
next?
possible replacement. Yeah, and what's funny? It's funny you bring that up because I was just thinking. Remember when Sam Hinkie was in charge?
Yeah.
When we had Michael Carter Williams,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Remember how he came out? He was showing flashes. He was looking good,
Yeah.
and then he showed that he was injury prone.
Yeah.
Sam Hinkie did not hold on to him. He kind of immediately switched off and started to look for more prospects.
Yeah.
Even what I mean, even though it was bad that we was tanking and all of that, because you do got to go through that process at some point. But like, he wasn't scared to make those decisions.
Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, like, are we like are we being too patient at this point? Because even when he came back, we go back to that Raptors series when we had Jimmy Butler.
Yeah.
He was having trouble with Marc Gasol.
Yeah, here's the thing with that series. Me and Lamar talk about it all the time. Funny you bring that up, right? That was the year that the Sixers was the furthest that we were going to go. That was our year. If you look at every team, right, that's like I guess you would call them contenders or top 4 teams in each conference, top 3 teams. They each have like a wave. I believe that was our wave. That was our year when we had, Ben Simmons was playing as an all-star, all NBA caliber type player, all defensive. You had Embiid, who's rising. You had Jimmy Butler, the veteran, on your team. You even had Tobias Harris on your squad, and you had good role players. You had your JJ Redick's, your Marco Bellinelli's, your your Arsene Ilyasovas, like, what I'm saying. You had your role players. Like, that was our year. Like, that was the year, because if you look at it, like, if we would have got past Toronto, we might have won a chance. Like, we would have faced Golden State, and if them same injuries would have happened, Clay going down, Durant getting
that could have been us.
That, bro, like that was our time right there. So I think that was the ceiling for the process. I think that was the ceiling, and I think we've all been optimistic after that, thinking, oh, well, what about Markelle Fultz, or what about every year since that 2000 that Toronto series? It's been question marks. Every year since then, it's been question marks. So that's why I say I think that was our peak with Joel Embiid. That series was our peak.
So I know Bruce asked something, but I want to just stay here real quick, just to put it in context and in hindsight, right? What about the 2020? Was that 2021 season? If we would have got past Atlanta, right? Listen, we would have. Remember, Giannis was injured in the conference finals, so.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So the year of the
we would have destroyed Phoenix in the playoff, in the finals.
The Jimmy year, we would against a healthy Giannis. But the year we lost to the Hawks, we would against went against an injured Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
They might have had a better chance to beat him that year, and then but Phoenix,
We would have destroyed Phoenix. We would have
yeah,
destroyed
because
Yeah.
Joel would have
Joel
ate
Embiid. There was
Aiton.
no, but DeAndre
Aiton
Ayton.
Aiton
Come
is a
on, bro.
bad matchup
Yeah,
for Joel.
he would
Joel
have
would have had no
destroyed.
problem. Yeah,
He would have destroyed Phoenix.
he
He would
might
have
have looked like
destroyed.
Giannis did.
Yeah, bro,
He might have,
probably
yeah.
better. We at least they got games. Phoenix might have got one game on the Sixers in
Ben
this
Simmons
series.
would have been able to guard CP3 or
Devin
Devin
Booker.
Booker.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Either one.
Listen,
and
Either
they're
one.
good
team was-
matchups for him because he had an athletic advantage over
Their
them back
team
then.
was Devin Booker was their star, and
Yup.
CP3 and all role players.
Yeah,
We would have destroyed them. So I hear what you're saying, but once again, like I said, it was a question mark that season. Then Ben Simmons fell apart. Then it's like every year since the Toronto series, it's always been something every year. Every
That's
year.
a fact. That's a fact.
It's crazy. Well, 2020 was COVID. We fell apart. 2021, like you said, that series with Atlanta fell apart. You know what I mean?
Yep.
2022, we traded Ben Simmons. It was a whole debate. You know what I mean? It was going through the news, trading him, getting hard, and all right, it was like kind of reset. 2023, all right, we reset. We back good again. We back in the mix. You know, we won a lot of games. Top seed, get into things. You know what I thought? Sorry, like, I was thinking something this year. I was thinking maybe the Sixers was thinking like at the beginning of the season, I was thinking like maybe they want to get a lower seed this year, kind of like let Embiid not play like they kind of preserve him so he could be fresh when a player, because we've done everything. We've already had the high seeds and we see how that ends up. You know what I mean? We end up playing. I think that they were trying to see position wise, like maybe if we could get to like the 6th or 7th seed and, you know, Embiid is healthy, maybe that's an easier way to get us to the conference finals. Maybe that's the easy. That's what I was thinking at first. But then once I start seeing them play, I was like, oh no, it ain't, this ain't a mistake. They're bad.
And I think like I know like in the group chat, I be kind of extreme sometimes when I'm flipping out on the team, but like I think that I really think that like our play style, I think that our play style is questionable. Because running first of all, like running our offense through Embiid, that has shown to not be like conducive to like us winning. Like it's not good. Like the whole time we had Doc Rivers, all he wanted to do was run the ball, was run the whole offense through Embiid. We got shooters all over the place. We had remember when we had James Harden, Embiid don't even always want to roll to the basket. I mean, like to me, I'm sorry, but that's something to me that like that was pissing me off.
Like literally, he looks like he can't roll to the basket. He just wants to. Listen. Sorry, from what I've seen tonight, yo, it looks like he's really having a hard time getting his placement. Like he's not getting to his spots either. Like if it's not defense, it's him. I've seen teams, great defensive teams guard. People cannot guard Joel Embiid if he gets to his spots. I know he's not getting to his spots.
But see, even go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Even when he was healthy, he tried to play like a guard sometimes too much, to where as though, like, and Mar, you kind of pointed this out, he almost kind of works better as a complementary player to a guard. Like remember when we had James Harden, right? And James Harden was facilitating. He was setting up the offense. Maxey was going off. All these things was happening. And then there would be times where Embiid would come in the game and he would disrupt that whole flow because he'd stand at the top of the key. And I understand he could shoot, right? But like sometimes it'd be like Maxey would draw a double team, give the ball to Embiid. Embiid want to hold the ball at the top of the key when the lane is wide open. Remember James Harden in training camp? He used to talk about that. He was like, man, look, let's make this easy. Let's make the game easy.
Exactly.
It just
I
like bad decision making.
I hear exactly what you're saying.
So I think the story with Embiid, I mean, you gotta really, that's a rabbit hole, you know, because you gotta really be open to the implications of Embiid's career-long limitations,
Yeah.
how it
Mm-hmm.
manifests now, which kind of ties into what Phil was just saying. Um, so a lot of times when players get to certain points in their career, they have certain injuries, they lose a pop in their game,
Mm-hmm.
et cetera, et
Mm-hmm.
cetera. So it ties into what both of y'all are saying. Embiid lacks a certain level, in my opinion, a certain level of coordination because of his height and center of gravity,
Yeah.
to
Mm-hmm.
where he likes it where you said he gets it, Bruce, because like, all right, you notice how Embiid has never been able to get consistent low post positioning.
Yeah.
Yup.
All right.
Yup. Yep.
So I understand the Shaq comparison on a certain level, on a low level. I understand. I'm being honest. I ain't trying to be mean to
No,
Paul
I
George or
know what
whoever
you're saying.
has made the comparison between Embiid and Joel. But like they're two black guys that are 7 feet tall and they're really good
Yeah.
centers. Other than
Mm-hmm.
they
There
get
ain't
their
none.
stuff different because Shaq had a physical ability, right?
Mm-hmm.
To where like let's say he couldn't rise up and shoot a midi.
Yeah.
Physically, he couldn't do
Right.
that.
No.
Whereas Joel, his the culmination of his abilities, he does
Mm-hmm.
have kind of like a very smooth, like a you've never seen a big man really kind of use that pull up kind of how Joel does. It's just what
Mm-hmm.
he can
Mm-hmm.
do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
Whereas
what he
Shaq,
feel comfortable doing.
exactly. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
Shaq can get 3 feet away from the paint, catch it, protect it, power,
Mm-hmm.
And
go
get
up,
in. Easy.
right?
Yeah.
Repeatable
Easy.
over and over and over and
Mm-hmm.
over and over and over and over. And so I get it. When you look at basketball zoomed out, you see black, 7 foot three,
Yeah.
similar weight,
Yeah.
30 points, 30 point, like
Yeah.
all star MVP.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's where
That's
the
where it ends.
comparison ends. And so there was a pattern when Shaq played. You get a guard that can really punish teams that overhelp on Shaq, and you'll be a finals contender. That was the pattern with,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, health has kind of skewed Joel's results. There's
Yeah.
all there, but here's the reality: like, um, Ben Simmons shot creation chart. We seen it at the end of that rookie year when they went on
Mm-hmm.
that big winning streak. Remember, Joel got hit in the face. He was injured for half of it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yup. Yup. Yup.
Ben likes to start at the perimeter, wear his way in, get a look in the paint, draw a double, gets a
Mm-hmm.
shot deep out in the perimeter. So he specifically does not generate shots where Joel likes to get the ball.
No, 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 not at all.
Right. And Joel being posted in that vicinity, it keeps his defender, which is gonna be the biggest, strongest, tallest dude in the defense.
Yup.
He's in between the rim and Joel.
Yeah.
So how can a player like Ben, like you're taking away his area, you're putting the one guy that can stop him in his
In his
area.
area.
You see what I'm saying? Same
Clogging the
thing with
lane.
Harden. Remember, they kept saying Harden can't score the same or he's not the same off the dribble. Well, he's driving into a crowded paint.
Paint. Yep.
And so
Yep.
this is the
Yup.
rabbit hole. It's so deep, and it is kind of disappointing for Paul George to say he's modern day Shaq. I mean, I see what he meant by that, but it wasn't a
Factual.
good comparison.
No,
I,
because
go ahead.
just I was just gonna piggyback off what Lamar said that I was just it's funny before he said something I was gonna say I think the Sixers need a point guard. I don't think Max is a point
Yes.
guard. I think Max like they have nobody to initiate the offense. They look that's what it don't look right. Like Maxi's not a facilitator. He's maybe a second facilitator. He's somebody who can
Mm-hmm.
facilitate, but he should not be. You see what happens when he's your main facilitator. When the defense is drawing him, it's like now he does a lot of turnover. It just doesn't flow right because I don't think that's his game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think
Right.
the Sixers, they're missing a point guard. They need like a Tyus Jones or some. I don't think Tyus Jones and Maxey would work together because of their size, but that's what I'm saying. A player like that, somebody who they don't need a you know, I mean, it all depends on what they want to do. I mean, but I was telling Lamar, like, you know, it was a player in the draft last year, a prospect that Topic. Was it Nikola Topic, the European prospect that they had? I thought I was hoping that he would slip to us. I was like, because he was 6 foot, he's 6'6". He tore his ACL right before the draft, and he ended up sliding. They had him when I was looking at the draft boards before he got hurt. He was like a top 5 pick, but once he got hurt, he slid all the way down. He was still a lottery pick, and the OKC took him. You know, and they stashed him for a year, and you know he's going to probably be healthy and ready to play next year. A player like that, like somebody with size, who is a pass first distributor. You know what I mean? If it'll help if they can shoot too. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's what the Sixers need right now because they don't have it. They really don't have that.
Are you saying within the context of like keeping Joel though?
You have no choice but to keep Joel right now.
Okay, so yes,
you can't trade him. Yeah,
so
you can't trade him.
I want to say this, and then Bruce, you give me your thoughts, right? So in the context, so we've seen that Joel can still be a good player. Like I think there's time, like you know, obviously he has to overcome this injury thing. You know, we're stuck. So we have to think about the Sixers in the context of we're gonna have Joel. So
yeah,
but
realistically,
I wonder though, like, do we really need a point guard? Because you know, there have been players, and I talk about this a lot, like that have changed their game entering this latter point of their career. And so I don't know if y'all remember, but Brooke Lopez was like a buyout market dude for like 2 or 3 years. He went to a couple
he
teams.
was. he was. Yeah.
And listen.
He was.
Listen, let's go through the Brooke. And I'm not saying this to make a direct comparison, but I do think there's a lot of similarities, not even just in a similar situation potentially, but more along like the lines of athleticism and skill.
Yeah.
So Brooke Lopez, remember early in his career, not a defender. He gave 21 and 6 for 6 rebounds at 7 foot something.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of injury stuff, and then later in his career, he got bought out from Brooklyn. He went to the Lakers on a minimum. He did the minimum thing
on a bad Lakers team.
Then he signs with Milwaukee. And at this point, he's like 30, 31.
Totally reinvented himself.
And found a fit.
3-and-D center.
3-and-D center. So when I think about Joel, I think about, okay, he's, you know, athletically, I think movement wise, in terms of movement, like how do you prepare to play around a player that is super large and has reduced physical ability, right?
Yeah.
Look at Brooke Lopez. He's not fast, but and he wasn't even like Joel Embiid was second in Defensive Player of the Year at some point in his career. Like,
yeah,
30 years.
Yeah.
Brooke Lopez used to be a bad defender.
Yeah.
He was not a good. He was a 7 rebound center. He was
you're saying Joel Embiid can was the only one of the only he could change the game, can completely dominate the game on both sides of the ball if he was healthy and in shape.
So what I'm proposing is, because you see the ball movement, the dribble handle, and I've been seeing it all year. Even when I remember I think it was Embiid's first game, we played the Knicks or the Magic. I don't remember, but I remember he was doing a lot of dribble handles. He had a very, like, for him to be an extreme ball stopper, I give him a lot of credit for what he was doing with McCain. McCain's a rookie. It is at the beginning of the McCain pop, and it's your first game in. You know, he still has some bad habits, but
the rookies.
So
see, McCain has some facilitation abilities.
Yes.
It keeps coming back to having a floor general. We don't really have like that one high IQ guy that's gonna catch everybody in their spots and force everybody to go to
Exactly.
those spots.
But
You
Yeah.
know
here's
what I
the
mean?
thing. Here's the thing. I don't know how much of a I don't know how much you can pull Embiid away from
The basket.
his own tendencies. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like how much
That's a problem. That's a problem.
well,
That's a
it's
problem.
not a problem. It is a reality. Let's say like let's not give it a negative or a positive spin because one thing you got to give Embiid credit for is if you can get him clean looks in the mid range,
Mm-hmm.
he can like that's probably going to be his bread and butter in terms of like you know what I mean? Because he's not going to be no 12-point per game score pass, you know? I don't even know if you want that. So I'm saying like a high volume, you know, he and look, he works good, especially with his reduced physical ability. He works
Mm-hmm.
good with that dribble handoff with a small guard.
Let me
When
ask
that
you a question.
we have two good small guards, you can work that dribble handoff with him, get him. Like, do we need a point guard or should we lean more into his strengths?
You know what I was thinking today?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny you say that, right? I was thinking about something today because I was looking at the highlights from the Lakers and last night they played Charlotte. They lost by 3 points to Charlotte, the
Mm-hmm.
Lakers. They look like my thing is, right? What about Embiid going to the Lakers? Like I mean, like they need a big man. Like I mean, they don't. I don't think they at this point. I just want to get off his contract. Like I
He would
don't really
immediately go
care.
there. He would immediately go there and be the third option. I just want to throw that in there because like that would probably be that possibly would be better for him.
Oh
You got
yeah,
you know what I
I don't
mean?
know about that fit. I don't know about that fit.
You don't think so? I mean, because if he's
man.
not
Listen,
doing too much, if he's not doing too much, but he still takes that gravity off, you got to imagine LeBron and Luca would get anything they want at any
oh
given
man,
time.
it would all depend. Like I mean, even if you're looking at a post LeBron like Lakers, like you know what I'm saying. Like look,
And then
like
Luca.
him and Luca, like for the next at least 3 years after LeBron. You feel me? I don't know what type
Yeah.
of assets the Lakers have to make that happen, but they do need a big.
And we still gotta look at the fact that Embiid just might not be great as the first option. I say that because I noticed in the playoffs he don't really get the same looks that he gets in the during the regular
Regular
season
season.
where he
No, he don't.
like teams play him differently.
They
They
do.
like
They
they like
definitely do.
aggressively attack him, and it's
They
like
do.
man under that pressure, like
That's
he
how you beat them. And that's another
yeah
that's
yeah
another
it
thing. That's
works.
another reason why I don't necessarily think we need a point guard.
Al Horford does it every Sixers
Yeah.
Celtics
Every
playoff
time.
That's
He
just a
makes
really
them
bad
like
matchup. I don't
yeah.
really think we need a point guard. I think that we just would need him. We need an athletic front court player.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mhm.
don't think we need a point guard. I think we have two guards that
Even a Draymond Green type, somebody that like
Yeah.
is you know what I
ah,
mean?
you don't I don't want to pair two because Embiid physically like you want more physical impact. I
Yeah,
believe. You know, some more
yeah.
athleticism, somebody that get in there and cause a big threat, you know what I mean, in a different kind of way.
I'm gonna
I
tell
don't
you a
know. I'm
dude.
excited to see. I'm excited to see.
I'm gonna tell you like the type of player. I'm not even saying this particular player, but the type of player that I would like to see. I think he could flourish with a young player. I'm looking at somebody like Nick Claxton, like a dude like
Mm,
you know what I mean. You don't like you see the thing is this right. Like I said, I'm going back to the game tonight. The team does not look right. Paul George does not look right. He looks like he just cannot find a rhythm. Like I don't know what it
yeah.
is. He just looks like he just cannot find a rhythm. And like the sad thing about it is, it looks like he's trying, but it's just something not working. And to Bruce's point, maybe it is the coach. Like I don't know. Like I mean, I would think that the coach would be able to make this work. Like you got like that's your job as a coach to make make it work, to make it work,
Yep,
Yeah.
and
yep.
it
And he's
doesn't look like it's working.
Nurse was just sitting on the bench, like he's sitting on the bench scratching his head, like looking like he's like having a really bad time. And I'm looking at
does.
I'm looking at Missoula. Missoula, he's standing up, he's running around,
Yeah.
He's directing
Yeah.
traffic, telling them guys what they need to do.
Yup.
It's like sometimes you can't just let your stars try to figure it out. Because if you notice, we keep going through spurts where we move the
Exactly.
ball,
Right.
dudes are screening, and now dudes is getting good shots, and the lane, the
Mhm.
paint is opening up. Then we go through moments where everybody just kind of just stand there. Everybody
Yep.
just standing around, and like,
Yeah.
I like Ricky Council, and I want him to progress with his shooting and all of that, but sometimes the ball finds him, and it's like that's not like that's not by accident. Teams are like, they know he's not the greatest 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
We'll let y'all give him, like, we'll give him no shots. But like somebody like Paul George, he was a great catch and shoot threat with all his past teams. We're not always getting him open shots, and sometimes he tries to go out there and take like random shots.
Yeah.
I mentioned that, and it's like that might not
He
be
wants to
great for
play
him.
that way though. He said that.
Yeah,
He likes random. That's what he said.
that's why you need that kind of coach, like how Phil Jackson came in and took over the Bulls from Doug Collins. And Doug Collins was trying to have Jordan play a certain way. And
Yeah.
Jordan was going out there scoring, doing all this thing. But Phil Jackson came in and turned Jordan into a system player.
Exactly.
And that's when he became, the quote unquote greatest of all time.
This is what I want
Go
to
ahead.
ask y'all though. I'll be realistic, right? We're 20 and 35. That's 55 games.
Yeah.
These
Right.
three have played together. They're 7 and 8 now. That's
Yeah.
15 games. So I don't want to, like, if you was the coach, right? I would say, yo, how you going to judge him and them niggas played 15 games? You
I
see
think
what
they're
I'm
missing
saying?
a piece. I think they still missing. I think they still missing a piece. I think that
What do you think they're missing?
Cooper Flag. I mean, like they are missing something, because like, here's the thing, y'all keep saying the big thing, but Joel ain't the same MVP level. This is how sad the reality of the situation is. He won the MVP 2 years ago now, right? This is the second. He won it 2 years ago. This is how bad he's fallen off the cliff in 2 years. You understand what I'm saying? He's not that same MVP player no more. I don't believe it. I think the injuries are starting to take their toll. You know what I'm saying? Like, can he still is he still good? Yeah, he's still a great player, but he's not that dominant go-to like player no more. So when you look at you saying a big three, I don't think it's a big three. I think it's a depleted three. Like I think that like a young spark plug could make a difference though. Paul George still could play good defense. Paul George still could be a good third scorer. You know what I'm saying? He could still be a good catch and shoot player. He can still do that. So I hear what Lamar is saying. He wants to give him a little bit more time. But in order for it to work, I think they're still missing a piece. And they could get that piece in the draft.
And here's the other thing. We gotta start to, we gotta start to look at that whole, what's that saying? Sometimes your best ability is availability.
Exactly.
Like, as much as on paper it could fit, even if you give them time, the problem is we knew before we even got Paul George, this was going to be a problem. He was never going to be there all the time. He was never going to be available. And the same thing with Embiid. That's why, like, I kind of agree. I kind of agree with what Phil said. It's like we got to start looking around now, because at some point we just got to realize, like, these dudes aren't going to be healthy. It's nothing you can do. They fragile. It's nothing you can do.
And to add to that, is not only is it nothing that you could do, it's nothing that you could probably do about them right now. Paul George still has value though. Like believe it or not, I was doing some reading. Like, it was teams that were still interested in him at the trade deadline. Believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Like he still has value. Believe it or not. So the Sixers ain't totally stuck. But what I'm saying is, I hear what Lamar is saying. Like, he wants to give him a little bit more time to see where it's going.
I want to give the nurse more time. I'm not married to Paul George.
Okay.
Yeah. No, and I agree too, because I don't think Nurse is a bad coach. I mean, he kind of looks bad because of the record, but like they say, you are what your record is. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but listen, last year when Embiid was healthy, he was like 29 and 7. You know?
Yeah, he looked good. I liked him.
Yeah, and that was,
That's true.
if Embiid
But why
was,
didn't
go ahead.
why didn't we play Boner tonight?
I don't know.
Well, because
He
no, I'm
came
gonna
in at
tell
the fourth quarter after we were blown out. You
I'm
know.
gonna and see, and that's where I'm mad at this. That's where that's now let me get on them. I'm gonna tell you why they didn't play Boner tonight. The game was on TNT, and B was playing.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's a national televised game. It's right after the All-Star break, and B is out there. This is what they're doing. Like this is what I'm saying. Like this is what I don't want to see them do. It's not about. Y'all still there?
Yeah.
We here.
Okay. It's not about wins and loss like and T national TV. It's about playing the younger players, seeing what you got, seeing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because look at what you want to put that on national TV. I'm cool. I'm cool, yo.
Right.
Like that it was bad. It was embarrassing, yo. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I believe why they didn't play. It's national TV game. They want to see the big three, get them out there. Say if they smart,
Mhm.
I'm telling you, man, Daryl, these dudes, I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I wouldn't be surprised if tomorrow morning Daryl holds a meeting, pulls Nick Nurse in there, I'm serious, bro. This is the first game after All-Star break. Like they didn't look good at all, bro. Like you can't keep going on like that. You got to at least come up with a plan. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
true.
listen, if I'm Nick, listen, let me put myself in Morey's shoes. If I'm Daryl Morey, right? After I seen that game tonight, tomorrow morning, I'm gonna sit down with the general manager. I'm gonna sit down with the coach. I'm the president, and I'm going to let them know. Look, this is done. This season is done. We're not trying to win games no more. That's not the objective now. I want to see these younger players playing. I want to pull up whoever we can pull up from D League, bring them down here. Let's get them some development time and let's get them out there on that court. And we're gonna come up with. I'm gonna sit down with these doctors and I'm gonna come up with a plan with Embiid. We gotta figure out something.
There was a Embiid put out a quote tonight. He put out a quote tonight and it says
what he say?
He said, I believe I probably need to fix the problem and then I'll be back at that level. That's what he said.
So see, that goes to Phil's point. That goes to Phil's point. He's not looking the same. And he knows he's not the same.
I've been watching I've been watching this dude since 2014. Okay. I've been watching him play since 2016. He didn't look like you could tell it's something bothering him.
What's the holdup? Like, why isn't he? I mean,
I believe it has to be management. It got to be management. They weren't ready to pull it. They kept, they probably want to still see what, where's he going? The doctors probably is saying like, look, technically he can play, but he needs the surgery. You know what I mean?
That's what it seemed like. Yeah, that's what it seemed like.
It's management.
Well,
it's management.
Look, I mean, we lost tonight. We're 6th worst record.
Yeah.
Means if we our odds are better at getting our pick than it was before when we were not the 6th pick. So that's how I choose to look at it. And Embiid played, so it didn't make a difference.
Yeah, that's what I'm glad. That's why I'm glad you brought. I'm glad to see that. Actually, I'm glad to see that they're still losing with the 3 like people on. I am. That's the only way you're going to salvage this season. Listen. So here's the thing. Me and Lamar was talking about this the other day, right? It's not far-fetched that they could probably end up with a top 3 pick, yo. It's not that far-fetched.
Yeah.
Let's look at the teams. Let's look at the teams who are bad right now. Like you got the worst team in the league is Washington. Okay. Then you have a bunch of teams that's rebuilt like that's done like New Orleans, the Pelicans. Okay. They got the 2nd worst record. Then you got Utah. Okay. Now they're going to probably still keep losing. Now I put the 6 down. They're like neck and neck with Brooklyn, right? But what I'm saying is Brooklyn, they just can't tank. Like they keep winning. Like they actually look more competitive than the Sixers look. They definitely look more competitive.
We were tied with them for 6th worst record, and now I think we're worse than them.
Yeah, which is good. So what I'm saying is
Nets.
Yeah, Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I see top 3, top 4 possibly. It's not that far fetched, man. I'm telling you, this team's that bad. Like they and if they do slide, let's say if they do slide in the top 3, where do you go from there? Where do
That's
you go
my
from there?
question. It's like what are it, the question is, what are we missing? Like, what could take us to the next level? Because
Here's the
you got
thing.
somebody like Flag. Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you it's 2 ways you can go. If you
Mm-hmm.
end up with a top 3 pick, it could either you could if I'm Daryl Moore, I could say, okay, I can add him to what I have, what I'm working with right now, and we can go try
Mm-hmm.
to really make another push for next year. Or the 3rd pick can actually set off a reset, depending on what pick you get and what player you get. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you let's
Yeah.
say if you really do end up with a top 3 pick, and now you're looking at Flag, Bailey, Harper, these type of dudes. Now you might be looking at, well, maybe it's time to reset this thing. Like, do I need Maxey? Do I need Paul? Do I need, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm telling you, to me, listen, I love Maxey. I think he's a great young player, and I think he's getting better. But I'm gonna use the ideology that Sam Hinkie used when he traded Drew Holiday. Okay,
Mm.
after his All-Star season, you can that's if you're looking at assets, that would be your best asset to trade right now. It would be Tyrese Maxey.
See, it's just that's rough because
He signed to
uh
an extension.
he signed to an
He
extension
signed to an extension, so he's locked
Yeah,
up.
I don't see. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm not married to any player.
No.
Like if we would have just if Luca, if Dallas would have called us, like yo, give me Maxi and some stuff for Luca, or and you got 1 minute, or I'm gonna trade this nigga to the
I
Lakers.
would have did it in a heartbeat.
I'd have been
Even
like,
if
Maxi and what? How many first? Yeah, I mean, I would have did it, but
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
uh, I mean, it has to make sense though. It has to make sense to move.
mm-hmm.
I'm only really doing it. I'm trading Maxi to get a better, younger or youngish player. Yeah, I mean, like a
Yep.
Jason Tatum,
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards, Shai Gilgeous
Yep.
Alexander. And the only way you get them kind of players is if they want to be moved.
Moved.
Or if, you know, the once in a lifetime situation like the Orlando Magic letting Shaq walk or the Mavericks trading Luca for no reason. Like, so I don't know about trading Maxi. I'm not. I'm open to it for the right price, but
For the right price. Yeah.
I would be. I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know about. Uh, I just don't know what I have no concept of what a market is for
Yeah.
these guys. It's hard.
So
It's hard to talk about it because you have no idea in reality what the market
yeah,
would
and
be for
I
the.
don't think that's the idea where the Sixers want to go either. I'm just saying, like, it's only 2 ways you can go. Either, you if you hold on to your pick this year, depending on where the pick falls to, is where you
Mm-hmm.
can see your next level of planning. Because if I got a top 3 pick, and I'm looking at the other players I have on a roster that's locked up, that's, you know what I mean, what I have. And you got to also remember, like, if it's a player like a Cooper Flag, right? Let's say you get the number 1 pick, you get Cooper Flag, then you
Yep.
might can run it back next year, because now it's like he's ready to play, like he's ready to be plugged in. He doesn't need much development. Like, he's not like he's a project type of player. But if you're drafting number 4, number 5, and I mean, you're gonna get a good player, but that player's gonna take some time to kind of, probably fill out it. This, bro, you have
Right. Right.
an
Right. Yep.
MVP. You have Paul George is 35 years old next year. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I
Yeah.
like they're in win now. Them players wasn't signed to be another 4 or 5 years of progress. This is supposed to be a championship
Like
contending team
now.
now.
Yeah.
So you have to either you're gonna run it back or you're gonna blow it up. That's where the
Now
6-5 is. There's no in between.
we saw what Maxi was able to do in the playoffs against the Knicks. He single-handedly brought us back in that what game was that? Was that
Game
game 4?
4, I think it's game 4 last year. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah, he was
mean,
killing them.
he really showed a lot of talent there, and he showed a lot of fight, a lot of grit. Like, I mean, he's one of the best 3-point shooters in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
But can we build around him? Like, can we build a contender around Maxi? Because like let's say we stop this. Let's say we stop the Embiid train and we said, you know what? We got Maxi. Maxi damn near brought us back in that series. But what if we shift the focus on him? How could we build a you know what I mean, a contender around Maxi? Is that even possible? Like,
You're
I
gonna have
remember
to get.
Mar used to say like treat him like Steph Curry,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Have a team that is like a lot of screening. You know what I mean? A lot of
Mm-hmm.
moving
Mm-hmm.
pieces.
And
You know what
also
I
what
mean?
I
Like,
would say to that
yeah.
is you have to be open-minded because like what you know today can change tomorrow. Like when Jimmy Butler first got to Minnesota,
Hmm.
it wasn't nobody was like, yeah, this dude can go to the finals on bum ass teams. You know what I'm saying? Then just a
Right,
couple
right. That's
years
true.
later,
No,
seriously, a
right.
couple years later,
No,
he
you're
get to
right.
Miami and he's like a 19 point per game guy, and you
Hmm.
pair him with Bam, who came out of nowhere. So,
Yeah.
it's like we could have had this convo about Jimmy then, and we would have been like, no, you can't get to the finals with Jimmy. And then,
I see where you're going with
you see
this.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you have to be open minded with it. So do I think you can build around primarily Tyrese Maxey? Is it possible? Yeah,
Yes.
possible. But the goal, I think, when you're trying to find a franchise player, especially in a league like the NBA, you want a guy that you can constantly retool around
Mm-hmm.
and he
Mm.
up
Exactly.
and down, um, some functional versatility as well.
Yeah.
Like look at Tim, like Tim Duncan. He was your primary guy. He was always team player, primary guy early on. Second half of his
Yeah.
career, now he's even like Tony Parker.
I'm gonna
You
tell you a
could be our
team.
leading
I'm gonna
scorer.
give you another example. Look at the Atlanta Hawks. Look at Trey Young, right? I'm just using this
Mm.
for example, right? Look at how they're constantly seems like every year they're trying something different.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
lucked up. They lucked up this year because I didn't see this. They can't. That Dyson Daniels came out of nowhere. Like he looks
Mm.
like the perfect backcourt mate for Trey Young. And look how many years they've been trying to find the right person to work with him. I mean, he's barely 6 foot tall. He weighs like a
Yeah.
buck 40, and like he's out there. You know what I mean? For however great he is on offense, he gets torched on
On
defense.
defense.
He
That's a
gets
fact.
torched on defense. Like, you know what I'm saying? So this dude Dyson Daniels looked like he fits perfectly with him. He got some size. He's a great defender. You know what I mean? He even can shoot. His shot is working up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He looks like the perfect Clay Thompson too, like Trey Young now. They look like,
Yep.
and they've been trying to get that type of player like next to him for a long time. So it takes time to kind of like you might have to work through different lineups. Look what I mean, when they had DeJounte Murray, they gave up like three first round picks for him. Just to trade
Mm.
him, you know what I mean? And end up, you know what I mean? Like, matter of fact, their pick this year goes to San Antonio. And he's not even on the
Mm.
team no more. So like
So yeah, yep.
yeah, so it takes time. Like it takes you. It may not work the first. Like all I'm saying is I'm kind of agreeing with Lamar. Like, yeah, if this doesn't work out, like sometimes it takes different. You got to keep trying in order to get the right mix together. You know what I'm saying? If you really believe in that player like that, and
Yep.
I don't know
Yep.
if the Sixers. I mean, I believe in Maxey. I think that he can be that franchise player, that player that you can build around. But you're gonna have to build the. I think Maxey. Pretty much what I'm saying. I think Maxey's the type of player. If you're gonna go with him, if you're gonna go with him, you might have to start fresh with Maxey because you might have to really build the whole team around him, not build it
Hmm.
around Joel Embiid anymore.
Well, I
That's
think I
yeah.
think the pre-existing chemistry between Maxey and Embiid is something. I
No, it
think
was
I think
great.
I think we have a core that can be retooled around. I just think it just has to be a different kind of a focus. It just has to be a
I
different.
agree. Well, it looked like it already switched because they've gone young. They're trying to go with more athletic. They're trying to go more IQ, sort of
Yeah,
a type of
yeah.
thing. So I mean, I think they already on it. I just think that at some point they're gonna have to start looking at towards next year and chalk this season up though. They're never gonna say it publicly. They're not gonna come out and say, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna win no more this year." Like, but I mean, you could tell by their actions. I actually think they already did it. Like I told Lamar the other day, I think that like the trade deadline showed that they already on that. Like they're pretty much not trying to win. I think tonight was a test. I'm just being optimistic. I think tonight might have been a test. Like, look, let's put them all out there. They all have some rest. Let's see what they do. If they get bombed tonight, then we done. Like, let's get,
I'm about to say, because it looked like they tried tonight.
Yeah, it did.
It looked like they tried. And like you said, nobody could really catch a steady rhythm. We was getting locked up bad. Like that's another thing too. If we're gonna retool anything, I feel like we do have offense, but what's up with the defense? I mean, the miscommunications tonight was crazy.
Bro,
This Pritchard was wide open. Cornette rolling to the basket. You know, White is in the corner hitting all
the paint.
No protection of the paint.
It looked bad, bro. It looked bad. Like they was just scoring. I'm like, dude, nobody is like standing there trying to guard the rim. Nope. Like, Drummond looks bad. I mean,
Drummond can't defend nothing.
He's looked bad all year. He's looked bad all year. He hasn't looked good.
Horrible.
Supposed to be the greatest rebounder of all time, he said at the beginning of the season.
Oh man,
that's what he said at the beginning of the season. He said he was better than Wilt. He could rebound all day.
And yeah, I bet
he couldn't do nothing. I mean, we barely got any second chance opportunities tonight.
Man, listen, he looked horrible. I couldn't believe that. Like I'm just sitting here looking at him and saying, bro, like he looks like an old man, like out at a pickup game or something. Like he's just sitting there. That's what I'm saying. When you said Bone, I'm like, where is Bone? Like at least he would have gave you some energy, some hustle. Like this looks bad, yo. Like they got to do something because like for real, it's. I mean, like I said, when we were in the group chat, like I said, the off season was you didn't have much to pick from, honestly. Like the off season, if you look, it wasn't like this was one of the better off season for free agents. I mean, there was some players available, but you had to be crafty this off season to get the type of players you want. And we were kind of, it was like the way our cap was, it was kind of weird the way he had to fluctuate around it to even get players. He pretty much built the team this summer. We only had two players was under contract when free agency started. I think it was like Embiid and like we didn't have no like so he had, so he had to literally build the team this summer. So
that's what scares me about Morey. He sometimes he'll just it seemed like to me sometimes he'll just pull the trigger on something just to make a move.
Yeah, he
and
does
you know what I mean? Like, because what you saying right now, that's some real talk. There was really not a deep free agency.
No.
And like Paul George was the only option. And it's like you could have just honestly kept building with the young guys. And he just kind of pulled the trigger to see what was going to happen to maximize the whole.
I don't know if that's a Morey thing though. I mean, Joel Embiid seemed like he was pretty interested in the move too.
You think so?
I think that was on all. I think that was probably like Joel and Morey and
he was the one who was advertising for him.
Yeah,
like I listen. I knew from the rip. I didn't want Paul George. I didn't want Paul George. Not for 4 years.
See?
Not for the max money. I didn't want Paul George.
I wanted Zach.
I would have took Paul George for a better deal, a cheaper deal, a more team friendly deal. That was not a team friendly deal that they did to get Paul George. That was like we're desperate and we need a player type of deal for Paul George.
He wasn't even going to come here. He
did not want to come here.
He was going to get a sign and trade to Golden State, and he was like, "All right, that felt good, so I'll still go to Philly."
I'm going to be honest.
He literally said that on his podcast.
I'm going to be honest with you. He looks so unhappy like being here
He
right
look
now,
high as
dude.
hell on his Twitter. Y'all watch some Twitter clips?
Bro,
Y'all watch some
he
Twitter
looks
clips? His
like,
eyes he be bouncing around. It's like, yo, he must have mixed a little something else in that weed because
bro, he
he just
looks
look
like,
crazy, like an
bro.
airhead. His head about to explode.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Podcast P, man.
I'm going by the look on his face. He got like his energy. He looks like he does not want to be. He's miserable. It's cold.
Oh, that's true.
Listen, he's from California, bruh. It's
Yep.
freezing cold outside right now, bruh. He don't like it. He looks unhappy, bruh. A person, see, we gotta realize a person that's from the West Coast and them dudes out there, they different. Like they used to, you know what I'm saying? They everything easy going and they just chilling and they not used to this, bro. It's freezing cold out there right now. He looks like he's saying deep down in his head, like, yeah, I wanted that 200 million, but goddamn, I don't want to be here. He was just playing in LA, his hometown.
Listen, for one game check, you can throw me for one of his games check, you throw me butt naked in the middle of Alaska with no way out.
Fuck one of his game checks. I'll take a quarter of one of his game checks and do that. What I'm saying is, but you got to realize this dude been had money. This dude, it ain't about that. It's about comfortability now. And he don't look. He just got that attitude. To me, his body language just say, "I'm not in this."
Yeah. He never even wanted to leave LA. He only left because they didn't offer him the money that they offered Kawhi. He never really wanted to go.
They burned him. Yeah, they burned him.
Yep.
They burned him. Like they played him. Like they pretty much told him we don't want you. That's pretty much what they said to him.
And they recently asked him, like, you know, your name is coming up in trade rumors, you know, how do you feel about that? My man really sat there on the podium and was just like, yo, if I get traded, I get traded. I don't even care. Like, this man don't even care.
Bro,
I mean,
he does not
in his defense, like, what would your reaction be? Like, you know, you the big off-season signing and it's been a horrible failure. Like, I'd probably feel that way too. Like, I mean, look, y'all gotta pay me all this. We in the very beginning of a $200 million contract. I'm old. This ain't working.
Yeah.
What you want me to say? So, yeah, it's a little crazy. I feel bad for Paul. I know that he's in California. You know, look, but listen, Paul, the Kings are in California too, so tread lightly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, snap. Yep.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? Like, and look, I like right now, right now, would you not do Zach LaVine for PG?
In a heartbeat.
I mean, yeah, I'd try it. I'd definitely try it.
And the Kings, they're so dysfunctional. They're so dysfunctional. I'll even do better. No, you can get better than that. Like, I mean, I'll take 2 of their bad contracts for shorter years, but they gotta give me assets. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't even gotta give me Zach LaVine. Like, I'll take DeMar DeRozan and you know what I'm saying? You could throw in another bad contract. Hey, they're shorter years. Huh?
You moving through the house?
Yeah.
You losing signal.
Hold on.
Oh, yeah, give him a second.
Back in here. You got me now?
But no, that's another great point though. Yep, you good. That's another great point. I look at a team like Boston. They took their time and built assets over the years. And when the time was right, they pop up Porzingis, Drew Holiday, Derek White. Like, they built a nice deep team. And it's it's looking like they mess around running back this year, to be honest.
Man, Danny Ainge is like I don't know what the hell they got like what type of luck they had on their show. Like, it's crazy with Boston.
It's the assets. Like, Danny Ainge, he's another guy.
And he hit on draft picks. He hit on the draft picks too.
And he hit
on the draft pick, bro. All the Celtics core were drafted. Like I mean, Jason Tatum drafted.
Great point.
Jaylen Brown drafted. Like these are dudes who they
back to back.
Like, huh?
They got Tatum and Brown back-to-back years.
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? That they hit on their draft picks too. That's a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you think about it, like they didn't really have to go out and they didn't have to go out and make a big free agency splash and sign or anything. They hit on their draft picks, and then once they got to a point where they think they reached their ceiling with certain players, they traded them.
Yeah. How about that?
Marcus Smart
They
traded
didn't.
them and got something better.
Marcus, yo, and everybody, that was a controversial trade. Like, man, like
He was the heart and soul of their team.
heart and soul.
You trade your heart and soul, but look what they get back.
Look what they get back.
You know what I'm saying?
And
They made the right
Drew,
moves.
Drew and Derek White kind of replaced Marcus. But you know what? That's what I'll say.
And now look at Marcus Smart. Now look at Marcus Smart.
Yeah, he's in Washington.
He's in Washington.
This is what I'll say. And Bruce, you tell me your thoughts on this, and Phil follow up. Last year, all right, relatively healthy Embiid. He was having a not his best health wise season, but above average health wise. We was like, let's say 30-7 we were. And this is Maxi's first year as a you're the guard type thing. And I think it was they was the highest scoring duo in the league. You can make an argument they was like a top 3 duo in the NBA.
Yeah.
Just in a half a season, it was well established. Like, this is, you know what I mean? Like a very good duo. Do you think that the window, are we sure the window has closed on building around that duo?
I don't think so.
I don't think
so. I don't think the window closed. I think it's just like it's time to start thinking about it though, because like kind of like I mentioned in the group chat, it's hard to accept this, but like we're gonna have to probably go a whole year without Embiid, right? So it's gonna be just Maxey. It's gonna be just Maxey, and I guess it's gonna be Paul if we don't move him. So that's why it's like maybe the draft is really something, but it's like I can't say I give up on it though, because one thing we saw last year when Embiid was healthy, and mind you, he's 30, so he do still got time to get healthy, right? When him and Maxey, when they were both healthy and playing last year, they had an unstoppable 2-man game. Unstoppable. Like it was so
and we was winning.
And we were winning. We were winning. Like we was listen, we was coming for Boston.
The third best player on the team was Kelly Oubre.
Yeah.
Okay, Kelly Oubre was the third best player. And honestly, it looked like last year that Maxey and Embiid made him look better. You know what I'm saying? Because they were playing so well. They made it was players on that team last year that weren't really that good, that were actually playing really well because they were playing off of Maxey and Embiid. Maybe the problem is they picked the wrong third person. Maybe Paul George just doesn't fit with them like they thought that he would. Maybe he's the problem.
Because so I was watching the PHLY Sixers. They said, listen, when these got prior to recently, they were 7-1 in games where all of them finished the game without injury. They lost the last 2, so they're 7-3. I think it's just like, remember, Embiid got injured in a game with Paul George. He got ejected in a game with Paul George. Paul George got injured in 2 games with Joel. He got fouled out of 2 games with Joel. You know what I mean? Like, so and then you can, like, 50 games total versus 15 played. The 15 is dispersed over 6 months. You see what I'm saying? So you can count out. I mean, you would love to see instant chemistry where it's like, oh, this just worked from the beginning. You would love to see that, but we didn't see that. You can blame it on the frequency in which they play together. I don't know that it's I think that if Paul George is wrong, it's because his age it puts an emphasis on, like, you gotta win now because he's 35.
Yeah.
Like, that's why he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong because of his play style per se.
Yeah.
Or, he's wrong because he's injury prone. He's older later in his career. But I do like the archetype. I think they play well when they're gaining some normalcy, but the normalcy is less frequent than anything. So,
That's the problem.
you know,
That's the
I I
problem.
mean, I mean, you think we're gonna
It's
have to
hard
go a
to
whole
build
year without a
chemistry.
beat?
It's hard to build that chemistry and that type of like rotation and cohesiveness of the team if
Right.
your players aren't available.
If
It's
they aren't
hard.
And
available.
It's
see,
just hard to do it.
it's hard to respond to what you say, Bruce, because we don't know the extent of Embiid's injury and how long he's gonna be out. So it's hard to because he could be out because like in our heads it's like do it now and come back for the beginning of regular season. But
Yeah.
we
Right.
have no scope
Right.
to say because he could come back next January. Who knows? Like we don't know. So I mean it's hard to say, but the reality is that when he's out, there's no chance of winning. So
Right now. No, I mean
Right now. Yep.
not to the point where they expected to win. To the point where they expected to win. Like I think that like but all right. So if once again, if I'm management,
Hmm.
at some point you have to have a plan, bro. Like there's no way. I mean, if I'm an owner, if I own this team, I want answers. Like you know what I'm saying? Because what I'm saying is we've been in the playoffs for what 8 years, 8 seasons back to back. Now you
Yep.
all of a sudden don't make the playoffs. Where's the owner at? Like what I'm saying is why haven't we made the playoffs this year?
Yeah. The
Why did
owner,
we
the
go
owner is
from
somewhere. The owner is somewhere watching the Commanders, trying to
I
set
sure
them up.
he's in he not even worried about he trying to build for the NFL draft right now. Like that's the problem because if I'm the owner, that's what I want to know. I want to know answers. Like, listen, why how have we gone from a 50 perennial 50 win team, top
Hmm.
three, top four seed in the Eastern Conference to not even making the playoffs? What's going on? You know what I'm saying?
And to what y'all was saying about last year, how you had certain, you also had certain players that fit and was working well around the Embiid two-man game and that whole dynamic of like, the gravity that they that they commanded out there. Remember last year, I mean, we had Batum, we had
Yeah,
we had
and
Buddy Hield for a short stint.
but Batum played very well last year,
We
very
had our
well.
best we had our best three-point shooting night ever in the Sixers history. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think they made what, like was it like 24 or 28 threes in a game? Sixers never did that before.
Yeah, we
So
looked pretty good last year. Like we had some role players that stepped up last year.
yeah,
That's the difference between that last year and this year. We don't have them same type of role players. It's just or they're not like it's just not
well,
working
we
because like
also don't have a 36 point per game MVP every night too. I think that's a big difference. Cause who
absolutely
knows how good these guys would look if Joel was on point.
true.
Like,
No, you're right. You're right.
you
You're
know what I
right.
mean? I think that
No,
he the
you're right.
biggest difference. If
No,
he
you're
was
right.
we would probably be we would be 35 and 20 probably.
No, you're right.
If
You're
he was
right.
able to because
yeah.
remember he did it till he did it basically until the All-Star game last year,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Hmm.
So about
I
He had
February.
mean,
Yeah, it was
70
like
points and
sometime
everything
February.
yeah, 70-point game. Like so
on
I
like
don't
on Victor.
yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
shame. It's a shame. It sucks for Paul, it sucks for everybody, but it is what it is. Um, all right, so let's move the conversation forward. When is our next? Who do we play next? Do you guys got the schedule up?
Yeah, we
Uh
played the Nets. We played the Nets on Saturday.
oh, so we got
So
what 2 days off?
yep. We got two
Yeah,
days
I'm
off,
rooting
and
for the
then
tank too. By the way, let's tank. That's the only logical thing to do. Okay, let's play Edwards. Let's play Bona. Let's play anyone
I
that we
agree.
have any long-term
yes,
interest
Call them
in.
up.
yes.
Call them up. Call them up.
Let's
What's
play
that
who the
other
new
dude? They
dude
got a
they signed
European.
today?
They got some
Angel
Europe.
Reese. Let's play Angel Reese. She'll help the rebounding. She'll help the rebound.
She'd
She'll
be
Yeah,
probably
better than
man.
finish.
Drummond.
She
She'd be
probably
better.
finish in the paint just like Drummond. Yeah. She is kind of like Angel Reese and Angel Drummond. It's similar names. Andre Drummond. But
So
no, we should play Drummond actually. Like
yeah.
let's
Keep him
play
yeah,
on the
right,
court.
yeah.
right. At that point,
Play Embiid at this point. Play Embiid and
Yeah,
play
no, no,
everybody.
no. No, because you
but
know
I
what?
mean,
When Embiid be falling and when he do stuff, it has such a negative impact on
it's
everybody.
super
Like
negative,
It do.
super
It do.
negative.
it seemed like the players just be like like
bro. The
He started
Brooklyn,
injuring people on the team. Remember what he did to Danny Green when we played the Miami
yeah,
Heat?
yeah.
He
Oh
he
man.
fell on Danny Green leg and ended his career essentially. So
What's the
I don't
dude?
play with
Yeah.
me.
I mean, the Nets, they're trying so hard to tank. They've traded away like pretty much anybody who they can, but like
Yep.
they got our numbers, so that's not a give me game. Like they we might go in there. I mean, where are we at home on the road? You know,
Uh,
we should be probably on the road.
I think. Yep. I think we are on the road.
Hey, I
Yeah,
hope it went
so
just like
Um.
last game went.
yeah.
Grimes had 30 and we lost. That's what I want to see. Maybe this time Bona give us 21, 15 boards and a 10
And a
point
losing effort.
and a
In
10
a
point
losing
loss.
effort.
Yeah.
I
Couple
mean,
highlight dunks, something that
realistically, what is your prediction? Like, say they go out there, everybody's playing again. Whole team's out there. What do y'all think is actually going to happen? How good or how bad are we
Honestly,
right now?
honestly, I believe that I think we're looking at about at best. What's this? February about to be March. I think we could
Yep.
probably get 10. I think you're looking at about like 30 wins for the season.
that's optimistic.
Yeah,
Mm,
I think about 30
mm.
wins probably for the
But
season.
we actually I don't know if y'all can pull up the schedule or I'll pull it up because it's actually not a good. I mean, if we were trying to win, it would be bad. Let's put it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so we have games against we play the Nets. They're in Philly. Sucks. On Saturday. We have game. I was looking at the schedule. We got Chicago, who I
They're
mean, who
bad,
knows?
but
We
they could
play the
go either
Knicks
way.
next Wednesday. We play
Mhm.
the Cavs like 2 times. We have
Mm.
some really tough games coming up, and I really hope we lose all of them.
I do
I think
too.
Cooper Flag will look great.
I think he'll fit like a glove, bro. I'm telling you, like he just. I'm serious. Like I was watching some highlights of him yesterday, man. Kid is good. Like he seems like I mean I don't know like his style of playing and like he kind of like he doesn't need the ball like I'm telling you I think he will fit this team so perfectly. But there's a few players that I mean it's a deep draft. It's a talented draft. You know what I'm saying? I just want to hold on to the because I mean bro, even if we lose out, we get the eighth or the ninth pick. I don't want to give a lottery pick away. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
Right, right,
that'll
right,
hey
hurt.
right.
Bruce. Hey Bruce, I'm about to
Yep.
pull up since we about to end this joint. I'm gonna pull up the Tankathon. Uh
Oh, you're gonna do it again.
yeah. So that I don't know. Do you know about tankathon.com?
No, what the hell is that?
Oh, it's a website. You should check it out. Let me see.
All
I don't
right,
know if they're going to show. I got this background.
I
But
can't see
anyway,
it. What?
so basically, Tankathon is a website,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a tracker for the upcoming draft lottery.
Oh, okay.
Shows you, what the draft order would be before
Yeah.
a
Hmm.
lottery, what the odds is, protections on the pick. So right now, the Sixers are 20 and 35. I guess the Nets lost tonight.
Mm-hmm.
So we're still tied six worst record.
All right. Good.
And so what you can do on this website is you can hit this button,
Mm-hmm.
sim lottery button, and it simulates as if the draft lottery is right now.
Oh shit.
I'm gonna do that. Last time I did it on the first try, Sixers got the first pick. So
All right.
Yeah.
let's
Well, what was
see
the
it.
odds of that? On the first
And
try on camera.
well, listen. It's the opposite effect. Tonight we got the seventh pick, and OKC got our pick.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah. They got enough young talent, man. We need
I don't
that.
even. They got so much young talent. I don't even know how they gonna keep it. Like what I'm saying is that would be the absolute bro. Listen, I'm gonna say this. I know we about to end this, but I'm gonna say it like this. If the Sixers were to lose, were to be, if something like that was to happen, bro, that would be
Hmm.
kind of devastating to me. Like if we were that bad this year and we wasn't even able to keep our draft pick, bro. We gave away. We were bad, and we just pretty much gave a pick away to a team that's already loaded.
They don't even need it.
Yeah, bro. Like what are they gonna
Honest-
do with the seventh pick this year? What are they gonna do with it? They got like
Hey
they're like
man,
they're like 14 deep right now. OKC. Like, come
I
on,
think
man.
I think I'll end it with we if that happens, we might need to just start to chase assets and prepare for something bigger down the line. You know what I
Yeah, you got
mean?
to do a trade.
Yeah.
Well, we still have the Clippers picks coming up. We
Yeah.
got
See,
pick
here we go.
swap. We got pick swaps with the Clippers. And
Hmm.
listen, I know Joel is going through it right now, but Kawhi Leonard, we talk about Joel
Yeah.
about to be 21. Kawhi's my age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
No,
who
you're right.
knows? It's funny. It's funny. He don't got a lot of miles on his body, which is like kind of crazy to think about
He
because
don't. He
he's
never
missed so many
played.
seasons. Like
Yep. Yep.
so. But anyway, so not all. I don't know if we're near panic mode. I mean, being realistic, we're coming out of like an 8 year stretch of really trying to contend. We had some real moments where we look like maybe, and they snatched our heart out. But nonetheless, I don't know if it's
Yep.
panic mode.
I don't think it is either. Every team goes through this. Like sometimes have a down year. I don't know if you
Hmm.
remember the Pacers one year. I remember the Pacers were for a long time good. This was like in the late 90s. They were good. Then they had one year they just missed the playoffs. They fell off. Then that next
Yep.
year they came right back, and then they were in the NBA Finals like 2 years after
Hmm.
that. You know what I'm saying? They got right back. Like so, it happens. I don't think it's
Yeah,
panic mode yet. I'm just worried. I'm just want to see what the next decisions are going to be.
right. No, there's definitely a ebb and flow to constantly retooling. And remember, even after they made the finals, they went out and they traded for Ron Artest. This is after the
Mm-hmm.
final.
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
And
Hmm.
they traded for Jermaine O'Neal.
Yep,
They
exactly.
traded for Steven Jackson. And
Exactly.
so, and if
Mm.
you look at us, to be honest with you, we were already, if you think like, all right, we added 3, 4 rotation players going forward, and with
Mm-hmm.
one of them with high upside. So, we just gotta kind of wait and see. But to end it, considering, all the losing and the hopes of keeping our pick, maybe next
Yep.
episode we can talk about some of the prospects that we would like,
Okay.
how we
Yeah.
think they would fit in the next
Yeah.
series.
So to the
Definitely.
Sixers fans out there, man, we'll conclude that with there's still hope.
Oh yeah,
there,
it's
there
always
might still
hope.
be some. It might be some hope, some light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. So we're gonna the next episode we're gonna talk about some prospects. We're gonna talk about some, the upcoming draft, and
Yep.
we're gonna play with this tankathon and see where we at.
Get it?
And we'll have a little reaction to the Nets game. Are they going to
Yeah.
tank, or are they going to go out there and like try to ball out and mess around and destroy the Nets?
I need 50 or 60 from Cam Thomas. Like we need to.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. He could do it
Oh,
too.
damn, yes.
He gonna jack up. He gonna jack up and turn over the ball like crazy for
Yeah.
the end of the season. So that's where we at.
Thanks for
So
tuning
all
in,
right, guys.
world.
All
We'll
right,
check this
y'all.
out next time.
Go Sixers.
Yep. Go Sixers. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we catch y'all on the next one.
All right, y'all.